Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here. If you did not go watch that weekend shift episode with Zeus Trades, go check it out. If you trade the futures, go check out that episode. If you even thought about trading futures and wanted to even learn just a little bit about it, go check that out. It was a great episode. I learned a lot. Learn about those equilibrium blocks. I was watching the futures today, spotting them out, checking them out, scoping, looking, training my eye to see them, and I'll be trading those very soon. Not a lot of actionable signals going on this week. We're just mainly looking for continuations, and that's what happened today. Just continuations up. I did put out a list of inside weeks that have not fired yet to the upside. Look for those. I suggest looking for inside weeks. If you're a swing trader, this is an awesome situation right now. Now, we do have Jay Powell talking on Friday at Jackson Hole. We got the Fed coming out on, the FOMC report coming out on Wednesday with the Fed news. That's going to be at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and they usually talk around 2:30. So we'll see what happens there. We got a little special clip that we're going to play on this episode from Empowerment Assets, because we always say in the strat, we trade the price, not the news. But Empowerment Assets is like, hey, you got to look at these fundamentals. You got to look at what's going on in the news with these stocks, and you got to line them up with the price and see what's happening. And we had a good conversation, and I agree. So we're going to check that out here in this episode, in this bonus vid. But before we get there, let's look at the charts and see what we got. Hey, you know, when I trade, I got all four charts up just like this: the month, the week, the day, and the 60. This is S&P 500. So far, we are green on the week, all right? Green on the week, a lot closer to going outside week, all right? I talked about that on the weekend shift last week, last Saturday. Here's this week. 2-2 continuation up. It got back into this level of reclaim at 548. The top of that broadening formation is 564. It's 564.80. So we're gonna see if we get there. All right, be careful. Don't start fading this stuff. Don't start like, well, I'm gonna start fading. Don't do that, all right? Fading, if you guys don't know, fading is when you are buying puts or shorting shares even before the price starts going down. You have no actionable signals to do that. You just start because you think, here it goes, it's gonna start going down. No. We wait for those actionable signals, all right? So far, so good, still good. And what I wanna show you right here on the daily chart is something that Rob used to talk about all the time. You gotta look at these ranges, all right? Look at these ranges. These bars on the daily, all right, since we reversed back up, these bars have become an outside bar of these bars. Let me blow that up for you. All right, these bars have become an outside bar of these bars. All right, he used to say that all the time. So if all these bars were one bar, that would be an outside bar. Scenario 3 of these bars. All right, very important to know. Here's your 60s. Again, this is why you don't want to be fading, all right, or shorting stuff without any actionable signals. This is just going straight to the highs. Why put yourself through that pain? That's dumb. Dow Jones doing the same thing, all right. QQQ doing the same thing. Well, there's a gap down here. It's going to gap fill soon, so I'm going to go ahead and start buying puts, and I'm going to blah, 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 blah. No, that's how you lose money, all right. I'm not going to tell you to do that junk. If you want to follow somebody else that does that, go follow them over there. I'm not going to do that. Green means buy, red means sell. And so far, still good. Let's go through the sectors real quick. Utilities, green. XRT retail, not as powerful. It is 2 up on the week, but green. XLK, tech, everything's going back into tech. There, everybody. XLE, not so much, but it is Momo Hammer in force on the week, and the magnitude of that is $94.11. IBB with biotechs still moving to the highs. Magnitude is 150.22. Healthcare back at all-time highs. All right. XLP with consumer staples still moving to the highs, still good. And shaking my head, semiconductors still good. Speaking of semiconductors, we want to trade those simultaneous breaks, so we don't just have just one winning position. All right, we want 3, 4, 5 winning positions. All right. AMD semiconductors to the highs. All right. Still good. Nvidia. All right. Still good. All right. Still good. Come on now. And then just like I said before, these bars become an outside bar of these bars. All right, how far is this going to go? And it's going to envelop all these too, engulf all those. Come on now, look at this. Look at this. And if you got Nvidia, you want to look at MU, Micron to the highs, still good. All right, still good. Very good. All right. We want to trade those simultaneous breaks. You can actually have all 3 of those. So let's get to it. Not a lot going on here. Not a lot. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla still good. Tesla still moving to the highs. And let's get to the news. Let's see what we got for from Empowerment Assets. All right. Again, we necessarily don't trade the news, but it's important. It's important to know what's happening out there. When you're listening to me on Enforce, I am talking about the news. I'm talking about Benzinga news, all right? But we got somebody out here that's going to tell us about Jackson Hole. They're going to tell us about all the good things that is happening that you can use for trading. So let's check them out.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is Carday about Empowerment Assets, and I'll be breaking down stock market news for August the 19th to August the 23rd. This week we got information that's very important, very valuable to the stock market here domestically in the United States and also the global market. This week we have the release of the Fed minutes. This is where all 12 Federal Reserve bank figureheads meet and they discuss policy changes. Either they're going to increase rates, keep them the same, or cut rates. So this can actually affect the market in a positive or a negative way. Also this week, we got Powell speaking at Jackson Hole. This is what central banks from around the world and policymakers and economists come together to be able to give us great policies to move us forward as a nation and as a world. Society need to pay close attention to this information because this information can dictate what happened in 2024, 2025, or 2026 and moving forward. In other news, MasterCard will be cutting a lot of jobs. They'll be cutting their workforce by 3%. Texas Instrument will receive funds from the United States government up to $1.6 billion. In other news, we have Ford. They did a massive recall on 85,000 Ford Explorers, SUVs. Engine problems, it can cause fire, it can cause hazard, it can actually cause casualties. And I want you guys to understand we have a jam-packed week full of earnings. Major earnings for retail. We got Target is going to be reporting. So I want you guys to keep your eyes on that. Thank you guys for tuning in.
That's what I'm talking about. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Empowerment Assets. Thank you so much for doing that. Hey, I'm telling you, that's good news. That's awesome news. We got to check that out. We got to look at that stuff. We got to start learning how all this stuff plays into the movement of price and price action. All right. So it's about putting it all together, and using it. So that's it for the weekend shift bonus vid. Remember, green means buy, red means sell. Don't be getting in those silly stuff and don't be eating out of trash, all right? Don't be doing that. Be careful. If you don't want to do anything on the FOMC Fed Day on Wednesday, do nothing. Be careful. I'd rather you not lose money than go get killed. 0 is worth way more than negative 100, all right? And that's just math, all right? I do have a Strat Camp webinar that will be live with me, and I go over the entire strat in one night. That's this Wednesday, August 21st. Get in there. There's only 4 slots left, all right? Get in there. I know people are filling out the intake, telling me what you want to learn, but you got to get your slot, all right? Once those 4 slots are taken up, it's full, it's done. Why wait? Create the winning position, all right? Literally create the winning position. I'm going to help you out. All right. Again, it's not just about just going through a course and going through, information. It's about that transition. It's about transitioning from where you are to where you want to be. All right. A profitable, confident trader. This is the Strat Soldier. Go check it out over at thestratsoldier.com. Be careful out there. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.